Good evening and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Monterricosa. Today, Milwaukee celebrates the life of Mr. Baseball himself, Bob Uecker. The voice of Milwaukee baseball passed away earlier this year on January 16th. For 53 years, Uecker gave play-by-play commentary for the Brewers, and today the team came together with tens of thousands of fans to honor the Hall of Famer before the game. Scott Grodzki takes us there.
The stands were packed an hour and a half before the first pitch. A sold-out crowd came to, as Bob Costas put it, celebrate, say goodbye, and thank you to Milwaukee legend Bob Uecker. The whole day was a tribute to Uecker, from the videos chronicling his life and displays in the concourses to the more permanent tributes like the medallion above right field and the newly named Bob Uecker Broadcast Center. Costas also hosted a panel of some people who knew Uecker best. I'll let them tell you just how much the Hall of Famer means.
To this day, it's hard for me to comprehend that he's gone. Yeah, there's nothing we can do to cherish and celebrate the 55 years that Bob was part of us. I believe he's still with us, but I really miss him.
It's a long, great relationship. I just regarded Bob as a friend. I mean, he was so good.
This was Bob's true home, the ballpark. He was a baseball man through and through.
Whether it was your first day in the big leagues or you'd been there for 10 years, he treated you as though you were his friend his entire life. And I think that was one of his real gifts, was making people feel like they were best friends. We miss him every day, but he's still with us to some extent, and I think we all feel that.
He just loved making people laugh, right to the end. He told me he wasn't afraid of dying. He just didn't want to be there when it happened.
The celebration wrapped up with Bob Uecker Jr. throwing out the first pitch, but only after he and the rest of the family were surprised by the entire Brewers team coming onto the field wearing Uecker jerseys. They played the game in those jerseys, yet another fitting tribute to a man who means everything to Milwaukee baseball. Reporting at American Family Field, Scott Grodzki, CBS 58 Sports.
A KC-135R from the 128th Air Refueling Wing of the Wisconsin Air National Guard flew over American Family Field to honor Bob Uecker. Uecker actually rode in that very same plane in 2018 when he joined the crew for a refueling flight alongside the Thunderbirds. You can see that unforgettable moment on your screen now. Uecker served in the U.S. Army from 1954 to 56, and a few years later, he made his major league debut playing for his hometown team, the Milwaukee Braves, in 1962. We're hearing from Bob Uecker's family, who say they're overwhelmed with gratitude today. In a statement, the Uecker family says, quote, "Milwaukee was his home, and the Brewers were an extension of his family. Seeing that love reflected back means more than we could ever put into words. There is something truly special about this community, and Bob felt it every single day. They say they will never forget this day." Both on the field and off, Mr. Baseball was beloved by all. Bob Uecker's humor, wisdom, and connection to fans made him a cherished part of the franchise. Our Catherine Merck takes us to American Family Field to see how fans celebrated his life and legacy.
This was a day for Brewers fans to share stories of the man who was the soundtrack of their summer.
I've listened to him growing up swimming in the backyard. The radio was always on. It was always Bob Uecker.
Most Brewers fans would agree. No one sounded quite like Mr. Baseball.
Watching my dad work in the garden, having the radio propped up in the apple tree, me throwing a baseball to the pitch net every weekend, having that voice in the background. It's just weird not having him there anymore.
Fans came dressed for a star-studded pregame ceremony that recognized Uecker's passion for the game on and off the field.
Bob Uecker cut his teeth in Major League Baseball with the Milwaukee Braves.
This isn't the only fashion statement that showed how the fans followed him. The concourse was filled with his sport coats at Sunday's celebration of life. Many of them were from appearances on late-night talk shows and other Hollywood highlights.
He brought it together and he kept us all in laughs all the time.
While the Brewers are hot,
Let's go Brewers!
fans can't help but feel like the broadcast legend is smiling down at this team.
He's given us a good season to have and cheer for.
With this celebration of life, they hope the rest of the season sounds like success for the crew.
I hope everybody's happy. No need to cry. We all need to celebrate Uecker, and we need to do it for Uecker.
Here outside of Bob Uecker's statue at American Family Field, tributes continue to pour out in the form of Miller Lite, and we can expect that the rest of this season. Reporting outside of American Family Field, I'm Catherine Merck, CBS 58 News.